Put it in it. Welcome to another episode of the People's Mic. I am Jimmy Peoples, and good. I'm happy to have you on. Introduce yourself real quick.
Hi, Patrick Bucher.
Get close. Share that table.
Yeah, Long Beach,
Bucher?
California.
Yes.
Where I'm a gang member.
What gang?
The Cripples.
You know,
It'll mess you up.
It will mess you up. You know how fast we punch with this. What do you call the shaky disease thing?
Parkinson's.
Parkinson's posse.
Oh, yeah.
We will fuck you. That's fucked up. All right. Hope I don't get in trouble for.
Parkinson's?
Yeah, I can't
You're
wait
gonna get some calls and letters.
I can't wait to be famous enough to get in trouble for the things I say. I know people be like, "Oh, I don't want to," don't come down to comedians, but I can't wait.
I
can't wait to be like, you know what Jimmy said? You know, he won't say tranny, right?
Look what happened to Norm Macdonald. You could be just put out of biz.
What did he say? He still has an Netflix show.
He was kind of supporting, Roseanne and Louis C.K. and which isn't really politically correct right now.
Oh,
you know what
shit.
I mean?
Oh, I gotta go. I was rushing,
but I don't know much about it.
Norm is the kind of guy that says reckless shit.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, exactly.
If he said that, there's nobody that said, "Wow, I can't believe he said that."
Yeah.
No, he's the kind of guy who's like, "Yeah, that's Norm."
Yeah, that's the times we live in.
I'm talking like I fucking know the guy. Norm.
Yeah.
Oh, but tell me about yourself. How'd you get here? And
How did I end up here?
How'd you get to the stage?
Okay, comedy wise,
yes.
Right? Okay. I always wanted to do stand up like everybody, right? Did you want to do it when you were young?
No, I was told I was going to do it. By my schizophrenic, manic depressive mother,
who you got to hold it. Yeah, kill set with that right there, right off the bat. You should be doing comedy.
She woke me up one night with a knife to my neck and said, "You're going to be one of the funniest comedians that ever lived." And she put a record of Richard Pryor in my chest.
Are you serious?
Yeah. She woke me up. She was like, "I'm not going to kill you, but the demons told me to kill you." And then she just walked out the room and ran down the street naked.
Maybe it was bath salt.
I don't even know what they had with it. She was always I don't know. Well, ever since then, that's my Ricky Bobby moment.
That's the foundation shit right there. Yeah, it was kind of same thing. Broken home. Yeah, my dad was out of the picture, and 5 kids. My mom was, but I don't want to mix it like I was, wounded. I always liked watching the Tonight Show. I can remember watching that. When I was 8, 9, seeing Robert Klein. There was Steve Martin. There wasn't many comics out back then, and I would just be fascinated by that, and I always wanted to do it. But it took me. I'm 61 right now, and it took me till I was 28 to finally do it in Minneapolis. I'm from Minnesota originally, so I lived in Minneapolis, which had a really good mic scene, and 5 full-time comedy clubs. So it was just happening. Yeah. So I got a lot of stage time. I stayed in Minneapolis for 6 years. Again, I started at 28, so that's age 35. Yeah. You either move to L.A., Chicago, or New York to get better. Yeah. And, I felt with my age I had to go to L.A., because I was writing really clean then. Not like a Red Fox or anything, but, I am kind of swearing more than I used to because it's kind of emancipating. Yeah. I'll get to that. But so I ran out to L.A., and did 8 years in Hollywood, just knocking on doors, calling people, and, come back in 6 months, forever. And I went on the road. I went on the road. I went out as a feature. I did some headlining and some real minor league shit in Florida, Coconuts, that tour. Mm-hmm. So you go down there, they would book features. So you got the feel, you got some experience closing, and all that shit with, the bill settling and all that shit. And so I did that, but I stopped and started a lot, because, after 8 years in Hollywood, you get a little bit bitter if nothing happened, So I just ended up staying out in California, moved to Long Beach, and just kind of chilled for a while, And then life happened. What's that?
Let life happen.
Life happens. And then I would restart and have a good, run, and then something would happen where I'd become bitter again, or it wasn't fun. Let's put it that way. It wasn't fun when you're trying to monetize it.
Yeah.
So I stopped. I think 2011. I'd been doing some cruise ships, so I was very clean.
Okay.
And then, am I talking too much?
No, you're good. Good.
Okay.
Tell it.
And then so
am I?
So I wasn't really following comedy that close the last time I quit, because after the cruise ships, I was kind of bummed out. I thought, hey, man, I was doing all right.
How much did you do that for?
I did 10 cruises altogether.
Okay.
Some in the mid
10
'90s.
years. I was like, how did you not jump off of a cruise?
I had a couple in the mid '90s. I was not ready. I did Princess. I got fired.
Yeah.
Nothing worse than getting fired from comedy for not being funny, right?
Yeah.
You're funny in life, and you go on stage, you're just not funny.
God damn.
Or to the clientele.
Yeah. Absolutely.
The cruise ships are a bunch of
We're gonna have to let you go.
Oh yeah, it happened in some clubs in the South too. I'd be featured and I get knocked down to an opener.
Yeah.
Some I got outright fired.
Yeah.
That's when I was kind of headlining, and I wasn't ready for that either.
Yeah.
But the last time around, I was doing pretty good, I thought, and that ended. And I just said, man, this ain't fun, man. I started my little tile business, and here I am now, be able to go back and forth between the coast. But here's what really spurred me back, Jimmy. I wasn't following comedy. Somebody turned me on to Bill Burr, man. Okay. I didn't even know he was around forever, and I saw him about 5 years ago. On YouTube, Netflix.
Absolutely.
He kind of blew me away. Yeah. I mean, that guy. Not many comics impressed me, but he blew me away.
I remember seeing that. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and that's just like, man, I like that shit. It looks like he never changed.
It felt good.
Yeah, it looked like he never changed his point of view. Because he was. He was
from him being younger to older. You see how angry he evolved to.
Yeah.
And like it was between him and Louis that just being real.
Being
speaking
real
from the heart and not feeling like you were telling a joke, but just speaking from your experience. Like when they tell you, hey, just tell your voice. That's what it felt like, and it felt good to see them do it.
Oh yeah, and you knew it was real. Yeah. And so that kind of. And then I thought, I've been doing comedy for a long time, even though I stopped and started a couple times. I was writing clean and clever and writing for the audience, what I thought the audience wanted, Nothing wrong with that. I had a good run with that. But at some time doing comedy, I mean, you really owe yourself to be yourself or try to find yourself, right?
Absolutely.
So now I've been back 3 years and been coming to New York to kind of accelerate my whatever I'm doing now, which is kind of just saying what's on my mind. You see me, I'm fucking swearing too much and all that shit.
And it looks good. It looks good.
Do you think I swear too much, Jimmy?
No, not enough.
Sure?
No, I don't think you do it enough.
Really?
No.
Sometimes I walk away and I say, well, what the fuck? What's wrong with me? Why am
Absolutely not.
Oh, thank you.
No, you should. And because you're in that lane. You're like a Brian Regan that curses.
Thanks.
And that's why I like your lane. You're funny as hell, but I like a comic that curses. Brian is amazing. I think he's actually one of my favorites.
Well, he's one of my favorites as well. And can I tell you a little bit on these Florida runs? I was doing. I was in. I don't know, somewhere some. Super 8 or some or super whatever they Super 6,
Super 6, the Motel 6. Yeah, the Motel 6.
Whatever, it's a fucking comedy shop. I was headlining down there, and the feature bailed or canceled, and Dennis Regan, Brian's brother, came in there. And he featured. He was a headliner, but he lived in Tampa at the time. I got to know Dennis, and who's very funny. He's done Letterman and the Tonight Show and all that. Very funny.
Absolutely.
So I got to be friends with Dennis, and I got to meet. I go back to see Brian at his theater shows when Dennis would open for him and stuff like that. So I got to know Brian a little bit too. That was kind of cool.
That's awesome. So you met him. You met him.
I'm kind of first name basis.
Don't ever adjust the shirt. I'm a guy.
I'm a big fan of Brian Regan.
No, definitely fan.
So Bill Burr's at the top, and Brian Regan's there. Early.
Do you think it's better as a comic to be compared to another comic, or not, or like, hey, we'll have somebody be like, hey, I've seen your stuff. You kind of like, or somebody see you and be like, you're not like anybody I've ever. What is? Dan, what's up?
What's your thoughts on that? Let me ask you first.
You can answer first. That's my question.
Okay. Well, there's a part that's flattering, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then there's a part that's like, man, I want to be unique somehow in this shit. You know what I mean? I want my own point of view.
But is it better to be compared and be like, hey, because you're good, or like there's nobody I can put
I think it's better to be compared. People have said I have a Brian Regan look.
You say
kind
just that aura, just that, not the look. But just
I don't think I'm copying him.
Demeanor.
To tell you the truth, I'm really like that. No. But he's the guy that.
But there's a bunch of comedians like this guy reminds me of Dave Chappelle. He's funny as hell. He just does that. Yeah. And this guy, Dane Cook. It's a good thing. Yeah. Because you're funny.
Yeah.
But it's like a lot of Indian comics, a lot of young Indian comics are they can compare it to Aziz because they have that same that same sound. But not necessarily the same jokes.
Right.
But I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. Have you been?
I don't get that. I don't get any.
You don't.
No, I don't get.
Been in with anybody.
So I don't know if it's a bad thing.
No,
maybe you should. You just suck that bad. We don't. You're not like anything that'll ever be.
No, you're fun as hell.
It's like you're a strong JB Smooth. That's what I get.
Yeah,
that's the only closest comedian because we're both bald and black.
Yeah. People have actually said that?
Yeah. I've actually got that from his brother. Which is, I don't know, fucked up, but yeah. No. That's so I don't know. Maybe I'm work right now. Ask me a question. Throw some of your questions out there.
Okay. I know your next step, you're doing the podcast, you're doing things, giving it out there. You're searching to get off the West Coast and start doing that scene a little bit.
I probably one step is to be bi-coastal.
I beg your pardon.
Bi-coastal? I don't want to just live. I want to cheat the weather.
Yeah.
Like right now, I want to be packing my stuff to move to LA for 6 months and then come back.
Awesome.
In March. That's the goal. Like I want to be one of those. I want to have a jet that flies above the clouds. That's the ultimate goal. I don't want to like when it's stormy. It's like, oh, we can't fly in this weather, and you have a jet.
You want the Learjet?
That's like, fuck clouds.
Yeah.
I want to be able to, I don't know what the weather's like right now in LA, but there's no. Where's the New York? That's always that's sunny when it's shit here. Where's that at? Is that Tokyo? Is that China?
No,
what?
Southern Hemisphere,
right?
Where it's opposite?
Where it's opposite.
Yeah,
so what's the big city on the other side? The biggest city?
Oh, like Buenos Aires and
Argentina.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. They'll have the exact opposite weather.
I'm glad because they're ending up their winter right now.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's going to be their. What was the Australian Open, man? It was like recently, right? And it's like 100 degrees just a couple weeks ago there.
No, they're going into they just finished up their winter.
But wasn't it hot during that? The Australian, it was like, of course, everywhere it's hot with global warming, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, Argentina I should look at.
Yeah. That I know for sure is direct opposite because I've been taking a little Spanish.
Got somebody in Argentina. I can do that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Might be a move. Good.
But that's a worthy goal, Jimmy. I've been fortunate, as Dan knows, and I try to come every 3 months, man. And I just do 11 days, and I get like 30 mics in, and it's just been wonderful for me because I couldn't develop wherever I'm at. I'm back 3 years now if I was just doing like 2 or 3 mics in L.A. because I am done doing this driving around stuff, man.
No, you need I say fuck a mic. Like at this point, fuck a mic. Goddamn music.
And then visiting New York, I got inspired by all the mics that I started my own mic out there in Long Beach. More for
you should have a mic in a show.
And a book show, you mean?
And a book show. One show that you have control of.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
In the same venue, you mean?
If you can, the same venue.
That would be good.
Lock down a venue and do as much as you can.
Yeah. I'm going to do that.
Once everything should snowball. Like I feel like you should have a mic. You should have a show. You should have somewhere where you can create content.
Yeah.
A podcast, a vlog.
That I'm going to do.
That comes out regularly.
How much time you put into a vlog?
I consider this part of the vlog.
That's a vlog?
Just because it's video. All right, the podcast is the audio that I put up. I put one up every day. The vlog goes up every day. This is live right now.
That's awesome.
All right, so and that's just content. You can always go back, and I try to evolve that. Eventually, I'll get somebody to do the artwork, and then have maybe an engineer to play music and have clips.
Yeah. Some of these guys that they're doing the podcast out in L.A., I hear horror stories where they're putting like 40 hours into their podcast. With editing.
You can like if you're doing. I just talk, so I don't have to edit that much. It's radio. I don't play music. I just let it run.
I like your,
you can.
Yeah, I like your style a lot better. A lot of these guys have all these.
I don't have time for that.
Like Jimmy Fallon questions for you.
No. Well, I'm not going to go back for it. I just want to see what you are. Let's talk about what's going on in the world, and it's an episode. And you can follow it. Follow us. Yeah, I talk about kind of what's going on in my life a little bit, but
what is going on?
I'm not that comfortable yet. See, I can talk about training. I'm just trying to grow. I'm trying to grow the things that I love. So I'm trying to grow my training business, and I got a couple online clients, and I want to grow that.
Yes.
I want to grow my website. I want to grow my. I'm doing acting, but
nice.
I was like you with comedy. Like I used to do the acting when I was a kid and go to all the background work. Not really.
But you were very interested in.
My mom dragged me to do background work. Yeah, she was like, "We're going to do background work," and I was like, "What the fuck is that?" And we're just going to sit around and be in the back when they shoot, and you're going to be on set, and then Denzel's going to be there.
Yeah.
I was like,
"Yeah,
all right."
And
I didn't have the stamina then. That was the problem. I was young. I was like younger than 10, and you didn't know how long it took. 12 hours seemed like a lifetime.
Right.
And we were sitting on set, and it took forever. But now that I'm poor, I'm like, we're sitting on set, there's cute girls, and there's free food. So I'm like, I'll be here for 12 hours. Yeah. I'm here all day. And then it's easier.
Yeah, I had a good friend that I met doing comedy in Minneapolis, and he ended up moving out to California, and he did some background work. He actually got in some principal ones. Black Book. He's in about like 7 scenes.
It's like open mic for actors.
Yeah,
and that's what it feels.
But he told me some funny stories, man. That everybody's a little crazy out in L.A. because everybody's really wanting the acting out there. You know. And a lot of them probably are actors. But,
absolutely.
But he'd overhear some conversations during downtimes, and they're eating their food and all that. He could mimic really well. And he told me one time that this gal was on there. I told you I can't talk right now. I'm on set. That kind of shit. Like she's a director. So he got it much funnier.
People say they're on set like they're really doing something. I'm like, I'm going to be on set all this week. Like, no, you're going to be.
I told you I can't talk to you right now. I'm on set. They do that shit. That's funny.
Like you doing something. But keep going. Hold on.
Okay. Oh, what happened there?
Sometimes it drops. Right?
That's why I'm not doing a podcast right now. I'm just infuriated. Jesus.
Sometimes it drops.
Hey, Jimmy, can I plug your training for you here real quick?
You can plug it. Don't tell any prices. You can plug it.
Yeah, the Jimmy's a great trainer.
Yeah.
I'm doing another one with him tomorrow before I take off.
We work out.
He's a great trainer.
Yeah.
You ever seen him? There you go.
Thank you.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Plus a great guy.
I appreciate that.
I think, man. No, really. Just a great guy. Am I right, Dan? Good guy.
Oh, thank you, Dan.
Right?
He doesn't fucking know. He doesn't fucking. I'm gonna rob him after the show.
Who is that guy?
I need to keep my street cred. I don't know. He's a black guy with his chest out, so it makes me uncomfortable.
We were just talking about that. What not to be. Well, we don't even want to incite it, but you and I talk about when is the day somebody's going to bust into a mic and just start blasting people.
It's only a matter of time. Like I try to jokingly prepare these guys. I was like, "Yo, the exit signs are here, just in case." I'm not going to save you. All right, I'm here for the cred. All right, I just wanted my mic to be known as the mic that got shot up.
I should have never brought this up.
Yeah, so I mean,
but I shouldn't say this on camera.
I hope it's mine.
Oh.
Is that wrong to say?
No.
I hope. I don't want it to be anybody else's for both reasons, because I don't want guys to get shot up at anybody else's mic, but I don't want them to get the credit of getting their. I work hard to get this mic known.
Now, if that was going on, what would you do? Would you do a big run and take the guy out, kind of a thing? What would you ever think about that stuff?
Here's my theory on being the hero. I hope that I am fast enough to save the day.
Oh yeah.
Theoretically, I'd like to toss the chair and the gun goes in the air, nobody gets shot, and I punch the guy in the face, and I'm a legend forever.
Yeah. Like those.
That doesn't happen.
Those guys in France.
Everybody's gonna die. I'm gonna be the only one that lived because it was my fault. Probably because I took the guy's $5 and I was like, yeah, and I talked shit about him. I was like, you're never gonna fucking make it. And he got mad, and shot everybody up, and I'm the only one that survives. That's how. That's how it happens. You know, I trip and fall on the gun. Some dumb shit.
Yeah. It's. There's so many shootings now. You get desensitized, and I try to do this in my comedy, and I'm actually trying to be fucking serious. I'm so sick, but it's because of these shootings all the time. I personally will not fucking read an article or anything. Mm-hmm. There's got to be 10 fucking dead or more. You know what I mean? For me to have interest. That's how words come to. It's like the guy in Las Vegas. He set the fucking bar. It's like, I need 25,000 fucking injured.
I'll try to tell the story what happened real quick.
To have interest.
Okay.
There's so fucking many of them.
Yeah. A lot of people got to die.
Not putting down the horror of it. You know, I would not want to be in that fucking situation. Yeah, obviously.
It's a number. Because
50, 200.
Because we're in the age of numbers where everything's about likes and follows and numbers and how many you have. Even more. So
that dude in Las Vegas, he wanted the record. I mean, that guy was meticulous.
It's all about records now. if somebody last week got 77 and the next guy got 76, we'd be like, fuck that guy.
You can bet some guy's in his underwear right now fucking plotting how he's going to get top of that.
More than one guy.
Oh,
more than one guy. There's a group. It wouldn't surprise me if there's an organization. Like a game, like one of those suicide games.
Yeah.
Where where the guys having these kids kill themselves for the game, like a weird organization. It's got to be.
Yeah, you remember that cult in San Diego about 15 years ago that off themselves? There were like 10 of them, and they had fucking jumpsuits on and brand new sneakers and all that shit.
Because let me tell you, I want to go back to me being a hero.
Yeah.
Because I failed the other day, and this is how I know. What happened was I was late. I was coming in, right? It was midday. I usually never travel midday, and I ride the. I know where the train ends. I don't know if this has anything to do with the story. So, but I stand at the end. All right, when at the end of the car.
Oh, is that your choice?
Yeah, that's my choice because I know at the end of the car is the beginning of the station, so I can just be quick, right? But
that's good.
So I know how the trains work, and I know where to be, whatever. So I stand at the end. And all I hear is, "Sir, you can't go there. You can't go that way. Where are you going, sir?" And it's like this tall. He looked like an open micer, like a 6-foot young kid with a duffel bag, and he just walked into the track and then brushed my shoulder, just walked right past me, and I was like, "Fuck this kid! I'm getting on the train. This train's late, right?" And I was like, "Fuck that kid," and she left. They called the cops, and the cops had a call from upstairs. It's like, yeah, a guy walked into the train, and then we don't know what he's gonna do because I don't know. They got to shut everything down.
Yeah.
So now I look up. There was nobody on the train when I was in. When I look up, train's packed. The train's shut down. No trains are moving. It was like, we got to get this guy. The cops are coming down. They got to say, we got to wait for the dog to check his bag. I could have stopped the guy. I could have just been like, hey, come here, get down.
Did he leave his bag?
No, he took his bag. He was like, fuck you guys, and just walked in. But I walked. It's Journal Square, so it's still outside.
Okay.
So he's still walking outside, and then just walked into the train tracks, and he was like, I'm not waiting for the train. I'm just going to walk.
Oh,
But he was like, fuck that. I do what I want.
Yeah.
But I was the last resort. And he walked past me, and I failed. I failed as a hero. I could have stopped this rush hour traffic.
What do you think you could have done differently?
I could have tackled him. Like if I knew it.
Because they were calling him, right?
Yeah, they were like, sir. And I saw him. I was like, fuck
and you
that.
actually brushed him?
Yeah.
So
he just walked
you
past
have remorse.
I feel bad that I could have done something.
You maybe would have put him in a headlock. You'd be fucking, have a
I
lawsuit.
Like, hey,
I got to.
See, you're out of your shot.
He didn't.
By the car.
It would have been on me because he was beautiful, like on the scale, like attractiveness. Like if they had a judge and say, "Hey, get the beautiful white kid or get this motherfucker," that I would immediately. You know how many times I could be like, "No, not me, him." They would have fucked me up.
Yeah.
But
wow,
yeah.
What would you think he would have done?
I would have just tackled it. Like in the perfect world, I'm like easy. Like give him the football.
Yeah,
smush, right? And then
see what he does.
What he does. Usually they don't do nothing. If he's crazy,
that would be a good move because if you did that, you weren't like really assaultive.
No.
Then if he fucking wigged out,
he looked just like him. Every time I see him, I was like, "That's the fucking guy." Just like him, just tall, like 2 inches taller. But yeah, because you think you're gonna be a hero. I train, I lift all the weights I can. I'm like, one day I'm gonna save the day. And no, you're gonna be fucking waiting for the train and mad, and you're not gonna do shit.
The deal is, in this climate, in this new world, you're gonna have another opportunity real quick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I did catch a girl who almost fell down the steps with one hand.
That's a hero.
You walk up, she's walking down, and then she stumbled, and she's like, "Oh, bags flying!" Dropped the bags. She was in mid. She was in the high. She had the high kick, and man, I could have easily did a drive-by arm, full grab with the wrist. She twirled around. I was like, "I got you." She was like, "Oh my god!" And I was like, "That's why I work out. I'll be in the gym twice a day tomorrow."
Yeah,
but that never happened. You know, she could have.
How old was she? Was she old?
She's a young girl. She's fuckable.
Oh, nice.
Definitely. That was like, should I have gotten her number? Yeah, I just let her go, and I walked off into the wind.
Was she very thank you and appreciative?
Yeah, she was like, "Oh my god, you're so good." I was like, "Don't tell anybody about this, man."
What'd she do? Miss a step and just start fucking?
Yeah, you know how they stumble. Fucking girls and they're fucking walking in heels on steps.
That's what fucking really pisses me off. You ever, because you had to walk around in New York so much, hearing that fucking, those high fucking heels, and sometimes I
won't date a girl who wears heels in public. If she doesn't have like sneakers on or like it's cute, but
especially in those passageways between stops in the subway, it just echoes.
One time a girl, she stubbed her toe on the sidewalk and almost fell into a car, and I picked her up like a hero. Yeah, you ever cuff a girl, pick her up, and then I placed her back on the street and left.
That's nice.
I was like, do I put it? Like, I don't know if she fucked her ankle up or broke her. I don't know what she did.
You've had a lot of brushes with that stuff.
All the time. I look for that shit.
Yeah.
I got.
You're aware.
Right? Are you guys got superhero complex? Do you? No, you don't give a shit.
Well, you're aware of your environment, man, aren't you?
Yeah,
you got it.
I try.
Yeah,
I stay. I'm always.
Oh yeah, for something to go off.
Intense.
It's tough living in New York and LA.
When you're in the Bronx, your parents raise you to fucking pay attention. They smack you. You'd be like, like dad's like, pay attention.
Yeah.
Don't be a fucking
What happened to your mom? Can I ask?
Well, my mom passed in 99.
99?
Yeah,
How old
in
was
a car
she?
accident.
Oh, a car accident.
40. Same.
Did she get medication?
I was in a car accident. No. I was in a car accident taking my sister to college, and we got.
You were with your mom?
Yeah, I was with her.
Oh, Jesus. I didn't know this.
I'll tell the story once in a while, every so often. And a week after I did my first show, I had to take my sister to college. I was like, I did my first mic. I'm gonna be a comedian now. I'm gonna take my sister to college. And we were like, all right, we're taking her to college. We drove. She didn't want to go to my college, so she went to some school in New Orleans. And so we had to drive to New Orleans. In Tennessee, we got cut off by a truck, and I swerved off the road, and the car flipped.
You were driving?
Yeah, I was driving, and car flipped. I got tossed out. My window was open. They got tossed out. Their windows were closed. So both of them died.
Your sister and your mom?
Yeah, my mom.
Oh, I'm so sorry to
Yeah,
hear that.
they both died.
Wow.
And then I was paralyzed for 2 years after that.
Jimmy.
Yeah.
How old were you?
I was 22.
Jesus Christ, man.
22.
I did not know
so
that.
then I did that, came to college, and I forgot about comedy for like 13 years.
Wow, understandable.
Yeah. So I did a whole bunch of life. I was doing radio. I was throwing parties and staying in college. I was I was in a fraternity, and then when I came to New York, I started personal training, and then I was doing radio, personal training, and when I was in radio, some comedians, most of the comics were comedians. And they were like, nobody's gonna respect you unless you get on stage, and then that was the bug. That was the bug that kind of did it, and I was like, I got to get back on stage. But I didn't get back on stage until like 2011. I went to see one of Kevin's. I didn't cheat on my ex. I was with a girl. A girl that when you break up the makeup and he was like that one that got away, and we were hanging out, and we went to go see a movie, and I saw a Kevin Hart movie, and then he had that speech where everybody wants to work hard, but nobody wants to. Everybody wants to be famous, but nobody wants to work hard.
Right,
I was like, I fucking work hard.
Yeah.
And then I just got back on stage.
Awesome. Where was your first mic when you came back?
The Laugh House. My first, I wanted it to be the Laugh House.
Where's that?
It was a club in Philly. And
I tried to get into that place
the Laugh House
forever. Who was the name of that booker? I mean, I must have called her.
Shit, that place is closed now.
Yeah, but I forget. That's right downtown.
It was one of the owners, one of the owners. But when I came back, the wife had died. She had died a few years ago. So the husband ran it, and then he kind of ran the place into. He wasn't the business guy. He was.
What was the lady that booked it back then? I wouldn't remember.
Nobody's from the Laugh House.
But I know the Laugh House.
That I don't know.
But I did try to get into that club, and that's part of the reason.
They used to do a big Wednesday night. So when I first started, Kevin used to do the Wednesday night. He was winning. He was about to blow up.
Is he from out of Philly?
Yeah, he's from Philly. He's from Philly. And then when I came back, couple, I guess around that era, it was closing down. So
right.
But I started and stopped the same month, around the same week. I wanted to be the same day.
Yeah,
I came back.
So after that first mic back, did you jump back into it full time now?
Yeah, I did it every day since.
Cool.
Yeah, I got on every day in Philly since. I was like, I'm gonna do this every day till I die.
So you've been back 8 years.
8 years.
Yeah.
8 years. Respectfully, I mean, you miss a Monday, Sunday now, but I mean, every day since then for a couple years.
Good for you. And so that accident was a real impetus for you to get strong and rehab and all that, right? Mentally and physical.
After the accident, yeah. I had it.
That was a real drive, right?
I had do like these
athletic before.
Yeah, I was an athlete. I was an athlete. I was one of the fastest kids in the state in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, okay. So
one of the 6 fastest in the country.
I want to retract that question.
no. The doctors were like, "Hey, if you weren't in this shape, you would have died. Because your organs were beautiful. We were about to take them from you. They were like,
really?
Yeah, but nothing was signed. I didn't at the time. I didn't like now. They're probably going to murder me for my organs.
Tell me about the paralysis. What was that all about?
I shattered everything from the waist down. So I can't tell you. Legs, pelvis, hip, partially separated the spine.
You just regenerate those nerves? Is that
it was so bad? They were like, there's this experimental procedure out of China because we don't have. Look, at this point, if it doesn't work, you're still going to be fucked up. If it does,
right. Yeah.
So they had me on this like ticker. It was like the string thing. So my whole body was like shattered. So they had to adjust it with strings. So they strung these. They had this metal thing to hold my pelvis together, and then like strings going through my legs, and then they had to drill my knee, and then had these strings where I was just like, instead of casting my whole body, because probably back in the day, it was like, yeah, we put you in a cast and then you just be like gimpy for the rest of your life. But they had like these strings to make sure your bones would heal correctly. So they would come in, the nurses would put the strings in, and then they had this one machine where my leg would just have to move so the blood would circulate.
So that's 2 years of doing that?
Not 2, but roughly, a year and a couple months.
And then you felt it coming back then? Yeah, get this shit started. What time is it? When I was down there were these 2 church. They were like the churches were at war. So really?
Yeah, they were like the black church and white church. Nobody was talking, and they would all come to see me at different times, and they would just come in, and then it was like a battle of who had the better prayer.
Yeah.
So they would like come and pray over me, and then I feel like a lot of people don't believe in God, but I know that, and her name was Pastor Turner. She was like almost magic, almost, cool. and maybe it was the medication I was on. But when she did one prayer right before I had the surgery, like, look, if you get your nerves back, then like we need your toe to move on what was that fucking movie? Kill Bill. It was like the toe moves, then your nerves are communicating. So she came in and did this prayer, and it was the one thing I remember. I remember that I was like, pulled out of that environment, and I was standing in water.
Ooh.
I was standing in water while she was praying. So I heard her prayer, but I was like in this cave with this blue water, the bluest water I've ever seen. 2 big koi were around me. It was like a red koi and a blue koi. And the louder she prayed, the faster they were going around my body.
Oh.
Right? So real. Like I put my hand in the water. I felt I was there.
Yeah.
Right? And I felt I like touched one, and then the red koi, the blue koi ate the red koi, and then she was done. And I don't. It could have been weeks. It could have been the next day, but it felt like the next day my toe moved, and then it was all uphill.
Well,
you know,
there's something to be said of that for sure. That's a fascinating story.
Yeah, that's the one, and I can still smell the wood. You know.
Yeah. Now that was something that you went into mentally during the prayer.
It was like she was such a powerful person.
It was transcending, kind of like you're hypnotized into this world.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
and you
like,
remember it vividly, though, obviously.
Vividly.
Wow.
Like I could tell that.
Then I would believe in that. You know, at the minimum, there's a higher power. I do believe that.
And that's why I can't deny.
I cannot either.
I can't deny. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I know there's something bigger than me.
Yeah.
You know, that controls this. I have no control over that. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. I was Roman Catholic, and that's a disturbing religion. But I believe there's something. I don't believe in God a lot of times, but I believe in something.
And people say God, and there's definitely an energy that you have to wake up and say thank you.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta say thank you that you can just stand up and pee. You know, when I stood up and peed for the first time, it felt so good. Yeah. So you ever just take a pee with no hands? It's good.
Yeah.
You're blessed for that, and I say thank you every time now.
Yeah.
You know.
We kids sometimes I'll say, it takes me all 30 seconds to leave my house or apartment to see my first asshole of the day. Mm-hmm. But it's also that amount of time to see somebody that's worse than you, So it's a mixed bag, man.
I say thank you a lot.
Yeah.
I find I try not to look crazy doing it, but just for the little things,
Well, just the person is you can tell you're of that.
Yeah.
So I can tell.
This is good.
Yeah. No mic today.
No mic. That's it. That's all you guys gotta know. God damn. Any questions?
Is that time?
We tell them how to find you. You want to ask any questions? Any questions? Good. You all right, Dom?
Well, again, I live in Long Beach, California. I have a mic.
How many women do you think you've slept with?
Well, that's a good question.
In your life?
Sometimes I've thought about that.
Yeah.
I'm 61
like,
and never married, so there's a lot of fucking sales calls there.
Could you make a list of the women?
I tried to in the beginning, but it gets then you're fucking drinking.
Oh yeah.
One time I got so fucked up in Phoenix. I was living in Phoenix. I brought this chick home, and and the next day she had one of these fucking crippled fucking arms. I didn't even know.
Yes.
But she's in that fucking pile.
Yeah.
I'd say
the ones that
my girlfriend. I'd say fucking. 300 to 500.
Small. That's good.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I've never been married. Just fucking the odds.
Are you sure that you don't have kids out there? Like, I'm not sure. There's no way.
I have 2 brothers that had illegitimate kids, and I never have. And they actually say, "It's like, how the fuck did you not?"
Yeah. Like, not in college. Like, I dodged that like the Matrix. Like,
yeah, but I did it. I impregnated a gal, but she.
I've come scares.
Yeah, she aborted. I didn't have anything say in it, but she just wasn't going to have.
She's like, I'm not having your fucking.
So I know I can impregnate. So yeah, I'm lucky there.
Good job.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll end on something soft.
Yeah. Okay, I'm trying to get an Instagram presence out there. I have a website that.
What's your website?
PatrickTheComedian.com.
Patrick the Comedian. Instagram?
Yeah, I'm on Instagram. Bucher56. 56 is my IQ.
Yes. Good job. Twitter?
No.
Not on Twitter?
I don't really understand that.
YouTube? You got a YouTube channel yet?
Yeah, I'm on YouTube too.
Do you have subscribers?
No, I haven't tried to do that.
Start doing that?
Yeah,
you got to have 100 subscribers to get your name on YouTube. So to get the YouTube YouTube.com/
Do people
whatever
have
your
to?
name is.
What do they pay for that subscription?
Not for pay. No, it's just like following. Subscribe is same as follow. Just tell people to subscribe to my YouTube.
I'm gonna get
channel.
on there, man. I'm gonna get a podcast.
So you can keep it. Get your podcast. Next time you come back, you're going back to LA. I'm sending you back to LA with a mission to have your mic, your podcast, your show. What else? A wife? I don't fucking know. No, not a wife.
I have a
Don't do
nice
that.
girlfriend. I got a nice girlfriend.
That's it.
But we don't live together. That's the key to that.
That's it. Just your show, your mic, and your podcast. And when you come back, you're gonna do it here.
In Thanksgiving?
By
After Thanksgiving?
whenever you come back to New York.
Okay.
I love giving homework at this podcast.
I will end
All right?
into it.
That's it. Give it up for Patrick Booker one more
Guys.
time.
Pleasure, Jimmy, as always.